Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Kajal Jindal from University of Delhi. Today we are going to talk on module Generalized Uncertainty Principle under the paper Quantum Mechanics. So students, let us see what we are going to learn in this module. Firstly, we will know the definition of root mean square deviation, which is a measure of the spread in the values determined. Then, we will learn to deduce generalized Heisenberg's uncertainty relationship for any pair of canonically conjugate variables corresponding to non-commuting operators. Then, we will know the state in coordinate representation, which corresponds to the minimum uncertainty product, that is delta x into delta p equal to h cut by 2 in the position and momentum variables of a particle. Then we will learn as an application to use the general relation to find the uncertainty relation between the components of angular momentum operators. We will apply the relationship to determine first the minimum energy of one-dimensional harmonic oscillator and secondly the maximum value of expectation value of operator L square, which is equal to h cut square into L plus 1 as an illustrative example. Then we will determine the eigenstate corresponding to the minimum value of energy in the case of harmonic oscillator. In one of the earlier modules too, we made the statement on Heisenberg's uncertainty principle in terms of the uncertainties delta x and delta p in the measurement of position and momentum variables. Here, we shall define these quantities precisely and in a more general way. We shall first define in quantitative terms the uncertainties delta A and delta B, which are associated with the measurement of the dynamical variables A and B in a given state, and then derive a generalized uncertainty relationship for a pair of dynamical variables that correspond to non-commuting operators. Specifically, in the case of uncertainty relation given by product of delta x in delta p greater than equal to h cut by 2, we shall obtain for the minimum uncertainty product the wave function in the coordinate space. Now we discuss the root mean square deviation. We have learned that an expectation value of an operator is an average over several measurements, each of which will deviate from the average value. Now the average of these deviations would of course be 0. But the average of square of these deviations, which is the mean square deviations, will be non-zero. The square root of the mean square deviation, which is called root mean square deviation, can be taken as measure of spread in the values that are measured. These spreads, which are delta A and delta B in the measured values of the observed quantities A and B, are called the uncertainties. Now we do the derivation of the general statement. The uncertainties delta A and delta B associated with the measurement of A and B in a given quantum mechanical state psi are defined as the square of delta A is equal to the expectation value of square of operator A minus expectation value of A. This is equal to the expectation value of operator A square minus 2 times expectation value of operator A into expectation value of operator A plus the expectation value of operator A whole square. This is equal to the expectation value of operator A square minus the expectation value of operator A square. The uncertainty depends on the state psi in which the system is. For the other Hermitian operator, the square of delta B is equal to the expectation value of operator B minus expectation value of operator B whole square, which is equal to the expectation value of operator B square minus the square of expectation value of operator B. Let us define operator E is equal to operator A minus the expectation value of operator A, and operator F is equal to operator B minus the expectation value of operator B, and consider the ket phi is equal to the operator E plus iota times lambda operator F acting on ket psi, where for simplicity lambda is real. Since operator A and operator B are Hermitian, so are operator E and operator F. Now, the scalar product of phi with itself is equal to the expectation value of operator E minus iota lambda operator F into operator E plus iota lambda operator F, which is greater than equal to 0. Or I can say the expectation value of operator E square plus lambda square times operator F square plus iota times lambda times the commutator of operator E and F is greater than equal to 0, where we note that the commutator of operator E and F is equal to the commutator of operator A minus expectation value of operator A with operator B minus expectation value of operator B, which is equal to the commutator of A with B. Rewriting equation 5 in module 12 in terms of the operators A and B, we have the expectation value of operator A minus expectation value of A, operator A whole square plus lambda square times the expectation value of operator B minus expectation value of operator B whole square plus iota times lambda into the expectation value of commutator of A with B is greater than equal to 0. The left hand side of equation 7 has its minimum value when its derivative with respect to lambda is 0. This gives 2 times lambda into delta B square plus iota times the expectation value of commutator of A and B is equal to 0, or lambda is equal to minus iota times the expectation value of commutator of A and B divided by 2 times the uncertainty in B square. Substituting this value of lambda from equation 8 in equation 7, we have the expectation value of operator A minus the expectation value of operator A square minus the square of modulus of expectation value of commutator of AB divided by 4 times delta B square plus the square of modulus of the expectation value of commutator AB divided by 2 times the square of delta B is greater than equal to 0. Equation 9 simplifies to delta A square into delta B square is greater than equal to minus 1 by 4 times the square of modulus of expectation value of commutator of A and B. Or I can simplify it as delta A square into delta B square is greater than equal to 1 by 4 times the square of modulus of 1 by iota into the expectation value of commutator of A with respect to B. This is greater than equal to 1 by 4 into the square of modulus of commutator of C, where we have introduced the relation commutator of AB is equal to iota times operator C, where C is Hermitian. We get finally delta A into delta B is greater than equal to 1 by 2 the expectation value of operator C. This inequality gives the general statement of the uncertainty principle. It states that for any pair of non-commuting Hermitian operators which satisfy the relation commutator of AB is equal to iota times operator C, then the product of delta A into delta B is greater than equal to 1 by 2 times the expectation value of C. Now we discuss the uncertainty relation between pair of canonically conjugate operators. In particular, for a pair of canonically conjugate operators A and B which satisfy the commutation relation given by commutator of AB is equal to iota times h cut, we have product of delta A and delta B is greater than equal to h cut by 2. Since the position coordinate variable x and its canonical conjugate momentum variable p satisfy the relation given by equation 13, we get accordingly that delta x into delta p is greater than equal to h cut by 2. This is the precise statement of the uncertainty principle in terms of the measurement of position and momentum observables given by x and px. The generalization to 3 dimensions is straightforward, that is, delta x into delta px is greater than equal to h cut by 2, delta y into delta py is greater than equal to h cut by 2, and delta z into delta pz is greater than equal to h cut by 2. Corresponding to the commutation relation, we have the commutator of operator xi and operator pj is equal to iota times h cut delta ij, where ij takes up the values 1, 2, 3. Now we express the uncertainty relation between the components of angular momentum operators. We shall encounter several examples of We shall now discuss the uncertainty relation between the components of angular momentum operators. We shall encounter several examples of non-commuting Hermitian operators. For example, the orbital angular momentum of a particle, which is defined as L is equal to vector r cross momentum vector p about a fixed point. Expressed in Cartesian components, I can write the x component of vector L, Lx is equal to y times pz minus z times py, etc. in cyclic order. Now, replacing the position and momentum variables as operators in quantum mechanics, we can write the commutation relations between its components as, for example, the commutator of operator Lx with operator Ly is equal to the commutator of operator y into operator pz minus operator z into operator py with operator z into operator px minus operator x into operator pz. Now, this may be simplified to have the commutator of ypz with zpx minus the commutator of ypz with xpz minus the commutator of zpy with zpx plus the commutator of zpy with xpz. Note that in the two middle terms, none of the operators are accompanied by its canonically conjugate partners. As a result, these terms would vanish. The first term is expressed as the operator y into operator px acting on commutator of operator pz and operator z is equal to minus iota times h cut operator y acting on operator px. Similarly, the last term gets simplified as the commutator of operator z and operator pz multiplied by operator x into operator py is equal to iota times h cut operator x operator py. Putting these two terms together, we have The commutator of operator Lx with operator Ly is equal to iota times h cut into operator x into operator py minus operator y operator px. This is equal to iota times h cut operator Lz. The commutators of other two components can be worked out in the same way. Thus, commutator of operator Lx and Ly is equal to iota times h cut operator Lz. The commutator of operator Ly and Lz is equal to iota times h cut operator Lx. The commutator of operator Lz and Lx is equal to iota times h cut operator Ly. Applying the generalized uncertainty relation, equation 14 for the components of angular momentum operators, we get delta Lx into delta Ly is greater than equal to h cut by 2 into the modulus of the expectation value of Lz. That is, the uncertainty in the product of measurement of the x and y components of orbital angular momentum is determined by the expectation value of the z component of the orbital momentum. Similar relations hold for other pairs of the angular momentum components as well. We now take up some examples illustrating the use of uncertainty relations. We take up example 1, where we consider a simple example of a linear harmonic oscillator to estimate using the uncertainty relation given by equation 12 the minimum value of the 0-point energy. We shall see that the uncertainty relation holds even for states in which the expectation values of operator A and operator B are 0. Let psi represent an eigenvector of Hamiltonian operator H belonging to the eigenvalue E, and let operator A and operator B be respectively the operators corresponding to position and momentum. That is, operator A is equal to position operator X and operator B is equal to momentum operator P. From equation 1, we have delta x is equal to the square root of expectation value of operator x square, and from equation 2, delta p is equal to square root of expectation value of operator p square. Since in the case of oscillator both x square and p square are positive, so we have delta x is greater than 0 and delta p is greater than 0, so that the product delta x delta p is greater than 0. In fact, according to equation 15, we have delta x into delta p is greater than equal to h cut by 2. The important consequence of inequality in equation 22 is that the lowest energy is called the 0-point energy of the oscillator and is different from 0. To make an estimate of this energy, we start from E is equal to the expectation value of operator H, which is equal to 1 by 2m the expectation value of momentum square of momentum operator plus 1 by 2 or times k into the expectation value of x square. This is equal to 1 by 2m delta p square plus k by 2 delta x square. This is greater than equal to 1 by 2m delta p square plus h cut square k by 8 into 1 by delta p square. The minimum value of E is given by the minimum of the expression 1 by 2m delta p square plus h cut square k by 8 into 1 by delta p square. In other words, E minimum is equal to E naught is equal to the delta p square divided by 2m plus h cut square times k divided by 8 times delta p square minimum. This is equal to delta p naught square by 2m plus h cut square k divided by 8 times delta p naught square. To get the minimum value of delta p naught, we differentiate the expression in the bracket and put it equal to 0. Thus, delta P naught square is equal to 1 by 2 the square root of h cut square km, which is equal to m by 2 h cut omega c, where omega c is the classical frequency of the oscillator and is given by omega c is equal to square root of k by m. Substituting the expression of delta P naught square in the expression for E naught, we get the 0 point energy as E naught is equal to 1 by 2 h cut omega c. So, this is all about this example. In the next example, we illustrate the use of uncertainty relation from orbital angular momentum. Consider a state vector ket psi, which is a normalized eigenvector of the operator Lz. So, the expectation value of operator Lz is equal to m times h cut. Since operator Lx and operator Ly do not commute with operator Lz, so ket psi is neither an eigenvector of operator Lx nor of operator Ly. That is, expectation value of Lx is equal to expectation value of operator Ly is equal to 0. Now, the square of delta operator Lx is equal to the expectation value of operator Lx minus the square of expectation value of operator Lx. This is equal to expectation value of operator Lx square. Similarly, delta Ly square is equal to the expectation value of operator Ly square. Using the relation delta Lx into delta Ly is greater than equal to h cut by 2 times the modulus of expectation value of Lz, we get delta Lx into delta Ly is greater than equal to m times h cut square by 2. Further, if ket psi is the normalized eigenvector of operator Lz corresponding to the maximum value of expectation value of Lz, and if this maximum value is L times h cut, that is, expectation value of operator Lz is equal to L times h cut, then one can show that the expectation value of operator L square is equal to L into L plus 1 into h cut square. Since the expectation value of operator L square is equal to the expectation value of operator Lx square plus the expectation value of operator Ly square plus the expectation value of operator Lz square, and delta Lx square is equal to expectation value of Lx square and delta Ly square is equal to expectation value of Ly square, we write the expectation value of L square is equal to delta Lx square plus delta Ly square plus L square h cut square. Using the relation delta Lx into delta Ly is equal to L times h cut square by 2. Here we take the equality sign because right hand side is the maximum value of operator Lz. Substituting equation 32 in equation 31, we have the expectation value of operator L square is equal to L square into h cut raised to power 4 divided by 4 times square of delta Ly plus square of delta Ly plus L square h cut square. To get the maximum value, we differentiate and get 2 times delta Ly is equal to L square h cut raised to power 4 divided by 4 into 2 by delta Ly cube, or I can write delta Ly square is equal to L times h cut square by 2, which is equal to delta Lx square. Substituting the values of delta Lx square and delta Ly square in equation 31, we get the required result, which is the expectation value of L square is equal to L times h cut square plus L square times h cut square, which is equal to h cut square times L into L plus 1. Now we discuss the states with minimum uncertainty product. The equality sign appearing in the relation described by equation 14, depends on the nature of the state vector of the system. From the relation given by equation 5, it is clear that the equality sign occurs in those states for which operator E plus iota times lambda into operator F acting on ket psi is equal to 0, with the value of lambda given by lambda is equal to minus iota, the expectation value of commutator of AB, divided by 2 times delta B square, which is equal to the expectation value of operator C divided by 2 times delta B square, where the commutator of operator A and B is equal to iota times operator C, or I can write the commutator of operator X and P is equal to iota times H cut operator I. For the operators E and F, we choose as an example of most practical use canonically conjugate position and momentum variables and write operator E is equal to operator A minus expectation value of operator A, which is equal to operator X minus expectation value of operator X, and operator F is equal to operator B minus expectation value of operator B. This is equal to the operator P minus expectation value of operator P. Substituting the relations given in equation 36 in equation 34, we rewrite the equations as operator X minus expectation value of operator X acting on ket psi plus iota into H cut divided by 2 times delta P square into minus iota H cut d by dx minus expectation value of operator P acting on ket psi is equal to 0. Multiplying the above equation from left by bra x and identifying that the scalar product of x and psi is equal to psi of x. Therefore, we get d psi by dx plus within the square brackets 2 times delta p square by h cut square into x minus expectation value of operator x minus iota times the expectation value of operator p divided by h cut brackets close acting on psi is equal to 0. This is the first order differential equation in psi and can be easily solved to get psi of x is equal to n times exponent within the square brackets minus delta p square by h cut square into the square of x minus expectation value of x plus iota times expectation value of p into x by h cut. The normalization constant n can be determined by the requirement that integral of square of modulus of psi x dx is equal to 1, which gives n is equal to 1 by 4 of within the brackets 2 times delta p square divided by pi h cut square bracket close. These equations determine the normalized wave function for which delta x into delta p has the minimum value h cut by 2. Note that the wave function has the form of a Gaussian function modulated by the oscillatory factor exponent of iota into expectation value of p into x divided by h cut. This vector, being of unit modulus, does not affect the probability density, that is square of modulus psi, which is Gaussian, having maximum at x is equal to expectation value of x. Thus, square of modulus psi is equal to 1 by square root of 2 pi into delta x square into exponent of minus square of x minus expectation value of x divided by 2 times delta x square. It is thus clear that Gaussian wave functions describe the wave packets with minimum uncertainty. We compare equations 37 and 38 with the time-dependent Gaussian wave functions studied in one of the earlier modules. Next, we discuss the time energy uncertainty. It is important to point out that while there does exist a time energy uncertainty relationship of the form given by product delta E delta t is greater than equal to h cut, it should not, however, be regarded analogous to the position momentum uncertainty relationship. In other words, time and energy variables are not to be considered as conjugate variables analogous to the position x and momentum p variables, which, when regarded as operators, obey the commutation relations given in equation 17. The reason is that one cannot talk of delta t at a single instant of time, nor is it possible to define iota h cut del by del t operating on an instantaneous wave function. Though we do have a commutation relation, it cannot be considered analogous to the relation like commutator of operator x with operator p is equal to iota times h cut identity operator. So students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this module. In this module, we got to know the definition of root mean square deviation, which is a measure of the spread in the values determined. We have learned to deduce generalized Heisenberg's uncertainty relationship for any pair of canonically conjugate variables corresponding to non-commuting operators. We got to know the state in coordinate representation, which corresponds to the minimum uncertainty product, that is delta x into delta p in the position and momentum variables of a particle. We have learned as an application to use the general relation to find the uncertainty relation between the components of angular momentum operators. We have applied the relationship to determine first the minimum energy of one-dimensional harmonic oscillator and second the maximum value of expectation value of operator L square, which is equal to operator h cut square into L plus 1 as illustrative examples. We have determined the eigenstate corresponding to the minimum value of energy in the case of harmonic oscillator. Thank you, students, for your kind attention.